In dance, we are constantly looking in the mirror, and I feel like we only see the negative parts of our body. This has made me not eat as much and work out constantly.
There has been a time that dance has made me feel not good enough and unaccepted. I felt this was mainly when I was in ballet because everyone was forced to conform. Also in the ballet world, I felt ugly because my body was not the traditional skin and bones. I was told to eat less than the amount of calories one should eat in a day.
Eating disorders, no stable relationship due to the amount of training, time-consuming, knee and hip injuries, constant discomfort, emotionally on edge due to stress.
I had just named my company at my dance studio when I found out I had pangea torsion. Pangea torsion is a disorder where your bones are twisted, which can cause severe knee pain, or even worse. I developed the disorder because I was dancing so much while going through a growth spurt when I was 14. I had to make the decision whether I would quit dance or have the surgery to continue to dance. The decision wasn't too hard because dancing was my passion. I would probably end up in a wheelchair by the time I was 30 if I didn't have the surgery. We postponed the surgery until December so I could perform in my first performance as a Starlet company member. The wait was really hard because my knee was beginning to turn in so badly that it was becoming very noticeable. I looked very deformed when I danced, and it was extremely painful. I knew that without the surgery, it would get even worse. It got to the point where after every performance, I would just limp over to my mom for pain medication and ice. I had my surgery, and they broke my femur, twisted it, put a rod inside, and secured it with screws. They cut tendons in my knee to put more screws in. Last, they broke my ankle, twisted my foot back in the place it needed to be in, put pins in, which stuck out on both sides. After surgery, it was super hard because I just wanted to dance. I was in a lot of pain because they took out my epidural too early. To try to take away the pain, they accidentally overdosed me to the point that I kept forgetting to breathe. Finally, when I was released from the hospital a week later, I just remember watching movies. I would hold my bladder to the point of exploding because every time I got up, my leg would just ache, and I'd cry, and then I would just black out. My back hurt from just laying around all day, every day on a couch. I missed my friends, and I just wanted to go to school. I told myself that I made the wrong decision, that nothing would get better, and I hated myself as a doctor. I went into a little bit of depression even because for a whole 3 months I couldn't leave my house. I wanted to go back and dance so badly. And when I got back and just had to watch, it made me feel 10 times worse just because I wanted to dance so much more. While I was recovering, my older sister had been invited back to do a tap dance with my company. I knew that might just be the only chance I would ever get to dance with her again. I began tapping in my boot before I was supposed to even be off crutches. I was so determined, even though my whole leg was broken. It hurt so bad. I had to break tissue down and become flexible once more. It was very painful to dance for a very long time. It feels a lot better to this day, but I still go through times where I won't be able to walk for a couple of days, and my knees will be extremely sore. It does hurt in the winter time because of all the metal in my leg. I am glad I decided to do the surgery, though, so I could continue to dance through high school. I'm currently a junior on Brighton High's dance company, and it's crazy that dance has already taken a huge toll on my physical health at such a young age. But I love it, and I don't ever want to stop. I can't wait to see where dance takes me.
I broke my back when I was in a competitive dance team, and I had to sit out of practice for 2 months. I didn't feel close to my team, and I felt like they hated me because they thought I was faking it or something. It was really hard on me emotionally and physically because I felt out of place and behind on the choreography.
When I was injured and out for several weeks, I felt very frustrated because there was nothing I could do but wait. I got so fed up I ended up crying several times.
I recently did something to my hip flexor. I've had to work through this injury this past week, and it has restricted my movement from being full out. It's something I have just had to push myself through, no matter how bad it hurts.
A feeling in my body makes me a mover. I feel alive, confident, powerful, and in love with the movement. If I'm not moving, I don't feel myself.